Karibuni, karibuni. Can you hear me? Just to confirm one more time. Can anyone hear me?
You're hearing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we need to get started. My name is Luci Mutemi, and I thank you for making the time to be here with me as we go through this session of ours. I kindly ask you to mute yourself just so that we can be together with one another. Let's mute ourselves and let's put our videos off as well. We'll be here for about an hour. I'll try and make sure we finish within an hour. So as I said earlier on, my name is Luci Mutemi, and I'm a very excited member of Ag Nutrition, a company that I'll tell you a little bit about as we go along. And I joined it because I had health challenges. It has helped me a lot. As we go along the way, I'll keep giving you a little brief about what it has done for me, the products that is. So I thank you very much for just making that time. I know with the way things are, like today, the political debates that are going on, that this is a big sacrifice for you to be here, for some of you. And I thank you for that. It's good to learn a little bit about our health. So without wasting much time, let me just get started to, about what this company is. And give me a few minutes as I share the slide with you. Okay. So great. That is Ag Nutrition, the company I want to talk a little bit about. And AG stands for Alpha Group. So the company is Alpha Group Nutrition, or in short, Ag Nutrition. This is a Malaysian-based company. It started in Malaysia, or was founded in Malaysia, and it was launched in May 2019. It came into Kenya in sometime in July. So we are precisely about 3 years old. We are actually 3 years old. And actually the past weekend, we were launching the company into the Kenyan market. Of course, it's been existing here for the 3 years, but we had not had an official launch because of COVID. And we were lucky enough that the founders of the company came to Kenya. They chose Kenya, a country within Africa, to launch this company. So we are officially launched, and we thank God for that. So we are in the industry of health and wealth. That is our industry. And below there, you can see our website, www.agnutritioninternational. If you go there, you'll find more information about this company, a lot of testimonies. Today, we'll just share a little bit about, just so that you can understand it. And please, as you come in, let's mute ourselves. Tafadhali. Right. So we are all about transforming people, transforming people's lives, transforming people. Aha. Those are our three founders. We have three founders, and one of them is called Fahiz Saleh. There's Fahim Azim, and there's Hafiz Saleh. The Salehs, you can see, are brothers. They share a name. And those are the two that were able to come here. The Fahim was not able to come. He had some family emergency. But even now, as we speak, we still have them in the country, but they've gone to a little bit of our country. But they came and they gave us quite a bit of information about the company. We are very lucky about it. These three people came together and founded this company. They have a lot of experience in other fields, and over 10 years experience in the industry that I'll be talking to you about. But they are also, have experience in other fields. So these are our three founders. And what is the mission of Ag Nutrition? Ag Nutrition, one of their missions is to transform people's lives, as I said earlier on, transform people's lives and lifestyle by doing what? By giving us the best nutritional products of the highest quality, healthcare products. And as we go along, we'll see whether that is true. Again, their mission is also to provide a rewarding opportunity platform for our independent distributors, those who choose to do the business side of it. You don't have to, but in case you do, then they promise a rewarding opportunity. And as you can see below there, sorry, please let's mute ourselves. Let's mute ourselves just so that, oops, let's mute ourselves. Thank you very much. Yes, you can see our website there once more, agnutritioninternational.com. You will get a lot of information there. So we are guided by some 4 core values that guide our kind of business. And the first one is excellence. The company promises to deliver premium value products that meet the highest standard. And having, sampled a few products from other companies, I want to say that having taken our products here, I feel that really our products are second to none, and maybe you will agree with me as we go along. They are second to none. They meet the highest standards there is to meet in Kenya, in the world. We are certified by KEBS. We are certified by the Pharmacy and Poison Board, and that is just in Kenya. When we look at a place like America, we are certified by, FDA. You go to Europe, you find we are certified by various bodies, including the European Food Safety Authority. And of course, in Malaysia, we are already certified there. In fact, our products are certified as superfoods. They are even beyond supplements. So as we go along, we'll learn a little bit more about that. So they do promise to deliver, products of the highest standards, excellence, that meet your needs as a consumer and even as a distributor. Now, we are also guided by integrity. We have to keep doing business the right way. We are a company that, we are very closely in touch with people. It's a people's business. We are relating with people all the time. And so integrity has to be key. It has to be key for us to be able to just do business the right way. In Kenya, unfortunately, we know that sometimes we feel we can't do business without, a little kitu kidogo here and there. But, our company will not do that. They will work always above the board. They pay their taxes. They pay for any custom duty. They do things the right way. And so even we who partner with them, we must observe that integrity. So we promise you, business will always be done the right way. We work as a team. It's all about teamwork. You are here, maybe you're a guest or a new member. We want to assure you that you will never be alone. If you choose to embrace this company, these products, there will always be someone to guide you. We work together. You might, have come in just as an individual, but remember, we work together. There will always be someone doing a presentation such as this, to help you in case you have guests you'd like, them to hear about this company or the products. Someone is ready to do that. We have physical classes as well in various parts of the country, and the person who invited you will let you know where they are. And someone is always ready to do the presentation for you until you learn how you can do one for yourself. So information is there. There's always someone ready to help you. We are about winning. Everyone must win. We have a winning mentality. So how do we do this? The company gives us products that meet the highest standards. And that means that when you take these products, they must meet your needs. And thereby, you become a winner because they're giving you what you need. For a distributor or anyone who chooses to do the business, we say that if you do as we tell you, then you will win. You will make the money if that's what you want. So everyone must win. And even the company will keep winning because they give us good products, we keep going back. So they are also winning. So these are the core values that guide us as we, go out there and talk about our company. Now, we have one of our flagship product, the first product that this company came up with, and it's called Ag Cera. And below there, you can see it's written, there's a caption there written, nature's gift for optimum health. We are saying that Ag Cera is nature's gift for your optimum well-being. Is that true? How true is that? And at this point, I'll talk a little bit about this company. I mean, about our product. But before I go to our product, I want us to address our health. You know, do we understand these bodies that we are carrying? Because for us to say, yes, there's a place for this product in our life, first we need to see whether really we need it. Is there a need of Ag Cera? Is it true that it will give us optimum well-being? So I like us talking a little bit about our health. How well do you know this body of yours? How well do we know it? Maybe I can stop sharing here a little bit, just so that we can talk to one another as you see me. So how well do we know our bodies? You see, our bodies are made up of cells. And these cells form tissues, and the tissues form organs. The tissues are this inyama tumebeba, and then that forms organs, the heart, the liver, the kidney, those organs. And those form the systems. Each of these organs has a system that is running it, like the respiratory system, the reproductive system, and many other systems. And all that put together forms the body that you're carrying. So your body is made up of cells, trillion of cells, that form tissues, that form organs, that form systems, and that form the body that you carry. So how well do you understand this body of yours? Of course, the same body is 70%, we are told, is made up of water. So if your body is made up of 70% of it is water, how well do we hydrate? Do we take enough water even before we can go anywhere else? We keep saying that water is life. We are told that we need to take about 8 glasses of water in a day. Do we do that? Sometimes I ask people, some people tell me, no, I don't like water, or maybe I'll just take a glass or 2. But water is life. Water is a painkiller. Water is very good for your digestive system. It's also very good for your skin. So it's very important to take water. But moving on, for me to talk about health, I also need to talk a little bit about the things that affect your health. We say that, today we are living a lifestyle where we can't seem to escape diseases. We get sick, we go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell you, you have such and such condition. For example, maybe you have blood pressure, maybe you have diabetes, maybe it is cancer. One of these many diseases that are known as degenerative diseases or lifestyle diseases. And once you get them, the doctor tells you, you have to live with them. You're going to be on medication for the rest of your life. I don't know whether that gives you any comfort, because I don't think when God created us, he meant for us to take medication for the rest of our life. And so we want to see, where are these conditions coming from? Because if you were to speak to your forefathers or your grandparents, did they know these conditions? Did they know cancer, for example? Did they even know that one? Did they know arthritis? I tend to think that these conditions were not there. In fact, in the 70s, a person like my mom who worked in Nairobi didn't even know what cancer was. They had never come across that word. But today, you ask a 3-year-old child, what is cancer? Please mute yourself. I can hear someone there. Today, if you ask even a teenager, even a young child, they'll tell you they've had the word cancer, because it's everywhere. In fact, I am yet to come across a family that has not been touched by cancer. And I want you to look at your own, families. You'll find that there's an uncle, there's an auntie, there's a cousin, there's somebody in the family who has lost their life to cancer, or who is battling cancer. What about blood pressure? Blood pressure has become so normal. It's so much all over the place that it's normal. We've accepted it. In fact, if you hear someone has blood pressure, there's nothing to panic about. they'll just take a pill for the rest of their life. Are you comfortable with that? You know? So we want to see, why is it that when you go to the doctor, of course, he'll tell you you have all these conditions, but where do they come from? What is happening? What are we doing? You know, is there something we might not be doing that our forefathers used to do? And where does disease attack? These conditions I'm talking about, where are they attacking? Remember I said earlier on that your body is made up of cells that form tissues, that form organs, that form systems, and that form the body that you're carrying. So where does disease attack in that lineup of your body? You see, when when you're feeling pain or you feel dizzy or whatever you're feeling that leads you to the doctor, and they go and tell you, I'm sorry, your pressure is up now, you have pressure or you have diabetes and you have to live with it. Many a time we may not think to ask yourself, where exactly is this diabetes? Where exactly is this blood pressure? And I kept researching, and I got to realize that disease attacks the cell. Disease always attacks the cell. So if disease is attacking the cell, what has happened to the cell that disease is attacking it? And my research showed me that the cell is affected by 3 things. And now let me just put up something there so that we can talk when you're having a look at it. Just a write-up I wrote. Just a few minutes. Let me slide this a little bit. Yeah, the cell is affected by 3 things: the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air that you breathe. Those 3 things in their right proportion will ensure that the cell will work at its best. But I want us to just, we need to understand, where is disease coming from? Why are we being affected by all these things? And when we look at the air that we breathe, I don't know whether you would say that this air that you're breathing today, this air that you breathe, would it be the same air that our forefathers used to breathe? Is it as pure as what they used to breathe? 100 years ago in Kenya, I'm sure you'll agree with me, there were more trees. There were so many trees, the way God made them. We didn't have all these industries that we have. We didn't have all these vehicles that we have in the country. We didn't have matatus that never seem to go for service. We didn't have lorries that are just spewing, from the exhaust, smoke that is as black as whatever, and we were not inhaling that. Our forefathers were not inhaling that. The air was pure, the trees were there, oxygen was, in plentiful, and we can say that the oxygen, the air they were breathing was not like ours. Today, we live in a society, because of technology, there's a lot of pollution. And we are saying, because, we want to see, could that be having an effect, on your cells? Could it, the pollution, whatever is spewed out in the air? And I like looking at examples, about maybe now it's 2 years ago, there's this estate that is in Syokimau, and next to it is a factory. There's a mall called Gateway Mall there. So the estate is sandwiched between those two, the mall and the factory. And I don't know what the factory was making or makes, but there was whatever waste they were, releasing into, through the chimneys, because each factory has a chimney. And whatever it was, chemical they were, releasing up there into the skies, started affecting the people within who are living around there. Now, the estate that is there, really got affected. It was in the news, and we got to learn that there's a child who has died as a result of whatever was being emitted up into the skies. Another child was in hospital, and other people were getting unwell. And with time, of course, NEMA came and shut down the factory because I think they realized whatever it is they were releasing was dangerous. And this went all over the place. Syokimau looks very far, maybe from where you live. I don't know where we are all living. And, sometimes we think, oh, that problem is for those people there. It's too far away from me. But remember, whatever is in the skies is being blown in the wind, so it can find you. But nevertheless, there is a child that died. There's another one who was unwell. And, the other day I was very surprised. I have a new neighbor where I live. And to my surprise, she said that she has come, she has moved away from that estate because her children kept getting sick. And she believes it's because of the factory next door. Now we live with factories all over. We are not going to say that they closed down, but we need to be aware so that we can see what can we do. So the air that you breathe, maybe, can contribute to your cell not being, operating at its optimum best. If you look at the water that we drink, I like asking this question to, people when I'm having a physical class, and I like asking them, how many people feel courageous enough to open a tap of water, just a tap, and drink the water directly without boiling it or adding some medicine in it? Most people tell me, no, I can't do that. And when I ask why, they tell me, no, I don't think it's safe enough, and I can't blame them because I also don't do that. I have this idea in my mind, and I think, time has proven that, yes, there's a lot of waterborne diseases, there's cholera, there's amoeba, there's typhoid, and many times I pass through some streets and I come across the sewer line has burst. Next to it is the water pipe, maybe they've burst. I'm sure you've seen that. And these things keep mixing each other, with one another. You look at our rivers are so polluted. We've seen that. We've seen Nairobi River. When I grew up, Nairobi River used to be clear. When in the 70s, it was very clear, you could see fish. But today, you've known how many battles, the government has had trying to clean up that river. And that is the same for most of our rivers. They are full of pollution, a lot of waste. And someone downstream is going to be using that water to feed the animals and to drink. And, no wonder we are always battling with, one form of disease or another that is water related, So water can affect the cell. What about the food that we are eating? Is our food as pure as our forefathers? Food is divided into 3 categories. There's carbohydrates, there's vitamins, and there's proteins. If you look at proteins, what is the work of proteins and what are the sources of protein? Sources of protein are the meat, the beans, the milk, eggs. Those are our sources of protein, chicken and the like. And, protein, their work is to come and ensure that your cells are multiplying properly. They renew your cells, they repair your cells. So that's the work of protein. In fact, without protein, you really can't bodybuild. If you look at the bodybuilders, they eat a lot of protein because that's the work of protein, to build you up, to renew your cells. And I know many a times we'll always have more than enough of protein. In fact, sometimes we may end up taking too much and then we bring other problems to ourselves. So I won't focus too much on protein. I'll just say that let's just eat enough protein. You can't sit down and eat half a kilo of meat to yourself. You're just courting death. And we just need, if you look at your plate, then probably a quarter of your plate or slightly less than your plate, a quarter, it should be your protein. So that is, and we eat more of, the plant proteins. and maybe more of the white protein, white meat as compared to the red, just to not build too much of the bad cholesterol. So if we look at our vitamins come from your fruits and vegetables, and the World Health Organization recommends that we need to eat 5 to 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables in a day. So if that's what they are saying, 5 to 9 helpings, bakulitano, to 9 of different colors, fruits and vegetables in a day. The question I like asking, so who has eaten a fruit today? I'm not even asking about the bowl, just the fruit, one fruit. And sometimes I get very surprised, but I don't know whether it's our custom or whatever. Sometimes when I ask some men, not all men, some men, they tell me the fruits and vegetables are for women and children. I ask the women, they tell me, yeah, I eat a bit, but most fruits are for the children. Now, fruits, this is where you get your vitamins from. And the work of vitamins is to flush out toxins. In simple terms, just flush out the toxins that you find in your water, that you find in the air that you're breathing, that you even find in some of your food, because sometimes the food is so full of, artificial, colorings and preservatives, and so they are all inside your body. Your body is not able, your cells are not able to absorb any of these things. And so they're just causing cellular damage. They are damaging your cells. What is going to flush them out is your vitamins. So the work of vitamins, they contain compounds that are known as antioxidants. And the work of antioxidants is to flush out toxins and raise your immunity so that your cell can fight any manner of attack that comes to it. It's like, just imagine your cell is like a house with a grill door. If you don't eat fruits and vegetables, it's like you've removed the door. You've left it open for any thief to come in. But at least if the door was there, it would protect you. It would protect you against the thief. So it's the same with fruits and vegetables. They come and help raise the immunity of your cells so that your cells can fight. And your cells can also, they can help your cells get rid of the free radicals, the toxins that are around you. So it's important to eat vitamins. If you can eat more raw vitamins, like, the more raw vegetables that you eat, don't overcook them, the better it is for you, because your cells appreciate raw fruits and vegetables, raw vegetables. And where you have to cook them lightly. Don't overcook them, because they're also destroyed very, very easily. So don't keep cutting them, overcutting them, don't overcook them. Your body will really appreciate that. When we go to our carbohydrates, your sources of carbohydrates are your rice, your ugali, maize, your wheat, chapatis and the like. Those are your carbohydrates. And carbohydrates are very important for the body. They are a source of energy. They feed your cell. Anything that you're eating is feeding your cell, is doing something to your cell. It's either protecting it, is either helping it repair itself, or for, where the carbohydrates are, concerned, it's feeding your cell. It's ensuring that your cell wall, if you go back to biology a little bit, your cell wall remains soft and permeable, soft and flexible, to allow in nutrients and to allow they come in and do what they're supposed to do, and to allow out the waste. Now, what keeps that cell wall soft and permeable is what is found in your carbohydrates. If we take an example of the maize has the husk, that's the outer covering, that skin on top of the maize, the husk, and it has the germ, that soft little yellowish soft part of the maize. That is the germ. Those two contain, they have oils that we call lipid oils and sterols, and their work is to ensure, that they keep the cell wall soft and permeable, to allow in nutrients. They do their work, and then the waste can get out because the cell wall is soft and permeable. But what do we do with our maize? You harvest your maize, you go to the millers, And quickly you say, Nisiagie grade 1. I want grade 1. You know, the whiter, the better. So what does the miller do? He tries his best to remove the germ and to remove the husk, most of it. And then what do you say after that? Oh, that you've removed, that waste. In Kikamba, we call it makole. You know, that waste, that, you know, in quotes, waste. You want him to pack it for you so that you can take it to the chicken and to the cows. So you find that your animals are so healthy. They have what is living, because that is what is living. That is what happens to our carbohydrates. It's so processed, and that we think is waste goes to make animal feed. It can make oil. And just so that you know that we really give out what is life. Just go and look at your granary. If you have you've planted maize at home, just see what your mother or your grandmother is fighting with. When she harvests maize, she has to store it somewhere, and she's fighting with weevils because they want to eat the maize. But which part of the maize? They are going for the germ and the husk. You take a trip to the supermarket, and I want you to go and look at the maize that, you know, the flowers that are there. I want you to really look and see whether you can see a weevil. That will tell you something. If a weevil is not there, is there really life there? I'm not saying you don't go and buy your flour, but what can you do about it? Maybe when you get your maize, you know, don't tell the miller to remove everything. Just tell him, I want it as it is, grade 3. And then start mixing it a little bit with your normal flour that you normally buy from the supermarket, so that your family can start getting used to taking the grade 3 ugali. And the same for your wheat and your rice. So this research, I just wanted us to have a little chat about this, but of course the research was more intense than this, and it's the research that our founders, were doing with we have doctors and scientists who came, who did the research, and they realized that there's what you eat and what you're supposed to eat. There is a gap. That nutritional gap will lead to pain, and that pain is what will take you to hospital. And then the doctor will say, oh, I'm sorry you have this. You will end up with one of these lifestyle diseases that have come about because of the food we eat, the water we are drinking, and the air that we are breathing. They are not in the way they are supposed to be. We are eating a lot of processed food, a lot of sugary food. It's causing so much damage to us. And now there's no family that maybe I could be wrong, but those around me, I just keep hearing people telling me I have arthritis, I have diabetes, I have cancer, I have blood pressure. And the question is, what has man done? Man meaning me and you, But this research has shown that there is something we've done wrong. So our company came up with a product called Ag Cera. And Ag Cera is just fruits and vegetables put together. And they are vitamins. They have come to address some of our issues. How? I'll just go through these ingredients. Ag Cera has 8 ingredients. And the first one is curcumin. You can see there's curcumin, the small little chart there. There's Sakura, there's Gymnema sylvester, there's white olive, there's whole wheat. Within whole wheat, there's an ingredient called Ceramicitis. So I'll talk about Ceramicitis. There's pomegranate, there's white peach, and there's mixed berries. So I'll just talk a little bit about each ingredient and then we wind up. So I said that within the wheat, there's an ingredient called Ceramicitis. And Ceramicitis is harvested, is found in the wheat. It is harvested from the wheat before the wheat matures. When the wheat is very tender, it comes from wheat. We have wheat farms in France. Our product is formulated in France and Spain, and then it is packaged in Malaysia. So this Ceramicitis is gotten from the wheat while the wheat is young and not mature. And why they do this is to avoid gluten. Gluten is formed when the wheat matures. It is an ingredient found in wheat, but it forms when the wheat matures. So we don't want the gluten, because gluten is very addictive. It is very sweet. It is what makes your chapati dough, when you're kneading it, to have a elasticity. But good as it is, because it does that, it causes also damage. It spikes your sugar, it increases weight. It's not very good for the diabetes. So what our company has done is they've looked at the wheat and removed what is, important there. The rest are important, but they wanted the Ceramicitis. And why have they gotten that? Because your skin, which is the largest organ, has an ingredient in it. It has a compound in it, something in it called ceramide. And ceramide is an ingredient found in your, I call it an ingredient? It's not an organ, but part of your skin. It lies between the dermis and epidermis. It is found in the middle of those two. And it's a protein. Its work is to, hold on to moisture so that it can protect your skin from any conditions that may attack it. And we produce it naturally, it's just there. But as we get to 25 years and older, we start losing it. It starts, just becoming less and less. Your body is not able to produce enough of it. And so you find that your skin is drying out. You find yourself getting more wrinkles as you get older as a result of not having enough ceramides. So our company goes and takes the Ceramicitis that is found in wheat, because we are not eating right anyway, and comes and adds it into our ingredient. And so the first thing you will notice is that within 15 days, your skin will be glowing, just because you have an ingredient that is an antioxidant. Now, what is an antioxidant? I said earlier on, an antioxidant is a compound found in your fruits and vegetables. They are compounds. Your body also produces some, but it requires more from your diet. And their work is to raise immunity. So Ceramicitis will raise your immunity and also flush out toxins from your system. Now, when you flush out toxins that are causing cellular damage, the preservatives we are taking, the madawa we find in our food, because when we are planting our food, we are putting so much of that is not being removed, the artificial colorings. When you take Ceramicitis, it's flushing all that. And once it flushes all that, you find your skin is glowing. By the way, if you want to know how your insides are, just look at your skin. Now, this Ceramicitis is free from additives. It has no artificial coloring. It's plant-based, 100% plant-based. It's very safe for children, very, very good for diabetes, because there's no gluten. It's, as I said, it's an antioxidant. It's flushing out toxins. And once you flush out toxins, then you find that you're not a candidate for cancers. So we say it is also anti-cancer. It helps to regulate your blood sugar. It helps to balance your cholesterol levels. It helps with arthritis, because it is also an anti-inflammatory. What is inflammation? Inflammation, maybe I can explain it in Swahili. It's just swelling of the body. It's uvimbi wa mwili. You find your body is just swelling, your cells. Because why is it doing that? Because you're eating a lot of processed food, a lot of sugary food, refined food, all the excessive alcohol, a lot of processed meat. All this will cause inflammation. Inflammation will lead to inflammatory diseases like diabetes, like cancer, like arthritis. Those are inflammatory diseases that are brought about by our poor eating habits. So when I say a product is antioxidant or rather anti-inflammatory, it's working against those conditions. So it's very good for arthritis. People with arthritis, it's amazing for them. It will, it's rich in iron. It has no gluten, as I said before. It will balance your blood pressure. So that is Ceramicitis. It has been clinically tested, and it has shown that it really works on your skin. Actually, if you look at people who are taking Ag Cera, you may not even guess their age, because You know, already their skin is so good because their inside is good. So that's one of the ingredients. We have another ingredient called white olive, and white olive is derived from the olive fruit. Now, the olives are found in Spain. That's where our olive farms are. And this is, you know, we know that olives have very good benefits. In fact, if you go to the supermarket and look for the olives or the olive oil, you realize it's rather expensive because it has such amazing benefits. It's also an antioxidant, an anti-inflammatory, very, very good for people with arthritis, amazing for people with fungal infections. It will fight dementia, memory losses, you know, it regulates your blood sugar levels, very good for your blood pressure, amazing for women going through hot flashes. You know, women, because of our hormones, we go through so many stages as we age, and one of them is menopause, and menopause will cause these hot flashes. You're not able to sleep, because Mara, you're cold, kidogo, you're feeling hot, and you can end up having a very miserable life during that period because you don't get enough sleep. So this helps to balance your hormones. So it's good for anyone going through hot flashes, PMS, you know, the period pains and all that comes with it, endometriosis, you know, another very painful condition, cramps during that time of the cycle, you know. Again, we say white olive is good for wounds. In fact, our product, if you take it and pour on wounds, even diabetic wounds, you're about to be amputated, you pour it, that wound that is so difficult to heal, and many other wounds, you will see it drying up, you know, the benefits of the white olive. Very, very good for viruses, this white olive. You know, anything to do with the ENT, it will work on it. It's an amazing detox, flushing out toxins, remember? And good for your, you know, for your cholesterol levels. So that's the white olive. And they use a technology that is known as the nanotechnology to formulate this product of ours. And we'll see as we go along. We have another ingredient called Sakura Extract. Now, the Sakura Extract, the English name for it is cherry blossom. It's an amazing ingredient that is very rich in vitamin C. Very, very good for the skin. Vitamin C is amazing for the skin. It's also, you know, as I said, vitamins will raise your immunity, and flush out toxins. So it works very well on your pigmentation. We say it brightens your skin. It's just that your skin looks brighter because you flush out the toxins. So you can see it on your skin. People with, you know, vitiligo, that condition that you see, they are losing their skin pigmentation. When you take our product, it will restore your skin pigmentation back again, you know, because these products are working at cellular level. So they're giving your cells immunity. And once your cells have immunity, they're able to repair themselves, to restore themselves, to rejuvenate, to replicate, and to replace themselves. So when it comes to the skin, Sakura Extract is amazing. It moisturizes your skin. It's also anti-cancer because remember, it's an antioxidant. It will flush out toxins, thereby freeing you from some conditions like that. So that is Sakura Extract. I'm just giving you a little bit of every, you know, a few benefits of every ingredient. We have another one called curcumin. Now, curcumin is derived from turmeric, and turmeric has been in existence for centuries. It's been used by the Asian community for long, by the Somali community. In fact, they use it so much for their beauty regimen, and we know it has amazing benefits when you apply it on your skin. But what else does it do? Curcumin has over 200 benefits, turmeric that is. And it's a natural antibiotic. It's a natural painkiller. So with our product, when you take our product and you're in pain, arthritis or the like, within 3 days to a week, you will realize you're no longer in pain. And it's because of the curcumin. As I said, it's rated as the #1 anti-inflammatory in the world. Very, very good for body-wide inflammation. So it's very good for people suffering from arthritis, joint pain. You know, it will regulate your blood sugar levels. It's very good for body aches. You know, it's amazing for your blood pressure, for clogged veins, people with varicose veins. This is amazing. It's anti-cancer. It's very good for, you know, natural, trying to balance, you know, to help you with your weight loss. What else can I see? I think I have mentioned a number of things. They are very good for the heart. Amazing for the heart, you know. So over 200 benefits. I want you to go and Google a lot about curcumin. You will just be amazed. You'll be amazed. Now, next, there's an ingredient called Gemnema sylvester. I think I'm pronouncing it well. And this is found in tropical countries like India, Australia, and some parts in Africa. In India, it's known as the sugar destroyer. This product is amazing for the diabetic people because what does it do? It works on the craving, any craving that you may have. So like if you see the diabetic person, you know, when you have diabetes, you have very many issues. You know, you crave, when your sugar levels are high, that's when you're craving the sugar. And diabetes, I forgot to give you a little example about diabetes. You can start out, and it's true for many other conditions, but let's talk about diabetes. You start out with diabetes, the doctor says you have diabetes. He puts you on medication for that. And before you know it, your blood pressure has, you know, now you have blood pressure, you wonder where it's come from. I'm just trying to show you, once you have these conditions, these degenerative diseases, how they sort of build up on other diseases. You become a candidate for so many other conditions. And that's why health is your greatest wealth. So now here you are, you started out with diabetes, now you have blood pressure, you're now on medication number 2 or you know, the second type of medication to deal with your blood pressure. And as you go along, the next condition that comes along is your heart is enlarging. You started out with diabetes, now here is your heart. And with time, it's your eyesight, you're losing your sight, and then now your kidneys, and thereafter, even your memory, your liver, other organs. Over a period of 10 to 15 years, 20 years, you have acquired so many other conditions, and yet you started out on medication, on diabetes, and you're on medication. So the question you can ask yourself, if you're on medication, why are you acquiring other diseases? And what I learned with my research is that, you know, medication stops at, is not able to penetrate beyond the tissue. Remember when I said that your body is made up of cells that form tissues, that form organs, that form systems, that form the body that you have? Medication does not go beyond, cannot surpass the tissues. It's only food that has the capacity of going to your cells. And when it goes to your cells, it's able to help you, give your cells immunity, and they can now fight any condition. So I talked a little bit about that because I remember that this product is so good for the diabetes. Because what does it do? It first of all stops craving. And you know they crave sugar, which is an enemy for the diabetic person. It's very good for, you know, water retention. It's amazing for the diabetes because what does it do? It goes to your pancreas. The problem is at the pancreas. The pancreas is not working the way it's supposed to work. It's not producing insulin the way it's supposed to produce insulin. So once it goes to the pancreas, and remember it's a vitamin, what does it do? It gives the cells there immunity. And once the cells have immunity, the cells start repairing themselves. So guess what? The pancreas cells start repairing themselves. Once they start repairing themselves and restoring themselves and rejuvenating, replicating, and replacing the dying dead cells, what is happening to you? The pancreas starts producing insulin the way it's supposed to produce. And before you know it, that diabetic patient who was waking up with such crazy sugar levels has to be on medication, has to give themselves injections all the time. Higher, they wake up in the morning and their sugar levels are like, you know, yours and mine if you have no diabetes. They can be 5, which is amazing. And, you know, the doctors thereafter can start reducing their insulin, whatever it is, or their medication, because their body is producing insulin. And that's how you find that the patients who are on our product, before not too long, their medication has been scaled down, or even they are no longer on medication, because the pancreas now is working the way it's supposed to work. So that's the amazing part about Gymnema sylvestre. Read about it. It's an amazing, amazing ingredient. Now, next, we have something called white peach. These are peaches that in Kenya are found in Limuru. And they've been, I think, in China for many, many years, over 8,000 years. Sorry about that. They're very rich in fiber, in vitamins, in minerals. So they're very, very good for your gut, your digestion, your intestines. They help detox. They give you good bacteria. They will help you, you know, those people with ulcers, with gas issues, acid. The white peaches are amazing for your gut. They are very, 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 very rich in vitamin C. They're antioxidants. They're flushing out toxins. Amazing for people with allergies, you know. There are people like myself before I started taking Ag Cera. By now, if I was not on Ag Cera at this time of the night, during July, I would not even be able to speak without you knowing that I am blocked. I'm the kind of person who used to wake up with, you know, the minute I remove my blanket, I start sneezing, and I would have a funny cold, you know, runny nose, ears are itching, you know, I just feel so bad. And I would have this runny nose until about 10 a.m. or 11 when the sun comes out. When the weather would be, you know, when it gets warmer, I would somehow be okay. But by evening, 5, 6 p.m., I would pick up my handkerchief again. And I had this runny nose all the time. Let me tell you, when you take our product because of the white peach, those stories of allergies go away. I no longer have blocked nose, runny nose, ears that are itching. I pass through somewhere, I'm feeling, you know, anywhere that is dusty, immediately I would get a cold. I smell strong smells, I would immediately get a cold. That is not a history. So white peaches are amazing for allergies. People with asthma, people with sinuses, this is an amazing ingredient. Very rich in vitamin D1, K1, folic acid, very good for, you know, pregnant women because they're rich in folic acid, and they work very well for infertility issues. We have amazing stories for people who are not able to have children. The doctor is saying, you know, your husband is fine, you as a woman, you're fine, but you're not having children 10 years down the line, you still don't have a child. You take our product. As long as the doctors have said there's nothing wrong with you, I'm telling you, it could be inflammation, it could be anything that is making you not have your pregnancy, you're not getting pregnant. You take our product and before long, you'll be telling us a different amazing story. So that's white peaches for you. And then we have mixed berries. I'm about to finish. Mixed berries, we have 4 different kinds of berries. There's the blueberry, the blackberry, the raspberry, and the elderberry. Now, these berries are very rich with vitamin B, B6, B12, B17. In fact, lack of B17 is the beginning of cancer. They are rich with fiber. They are known as the kings and queens where cancer is concerned. You know, they are amazing antioxidant, flushing out toxins. Very good for weight management. Very good for hot flashes, you know, balancing your hormones, women. Amazing for regulating blood sugar. Also very rich with folic acid, pregnant women. Again, very rich with vitamin A. Amazing for your eyesight, you know, and you know, I have known that because I also had issues with my eyesight. You know, my sight, I was born with cataracts. And so, you know, I was supposed to have been operated when I was in standard 5. My father refused. But by the time I got to 26 years, the cataracts were visible. So I had to have surgery. And so I have dealt with eyesight issues because it's just not cataracts, but many other issues. And so I've worn specs my entire life. But let me tell you, I started taking my product at this Ag Cera, and I realized that my eyesight was becoming very, very sharp. Today, I'm able to read very tiny handwritings, things I could not be able to read. My eyesight has not changed. Every, you know, couple of years, I would have to change my specs because they will become poorer. Today, my eyesight remains the same. Even, I went to check on them the other day, was it last year? And nothing had changed. And the last time I got specs was about probably 5 years ago. The number has not changed, meaning that they are, being maintained at a certain level. Otherwise, they would have been getting worse and worse. So what else is mixed berries good with? They are rich in certain minerals like niacin, potassium, selenium, so very good for your mind and all that. They work very well on the uterus wall, and very, very good for fertility issues. So those are the mixed berries. As I finish, I'll add a little bit on the olive. I forgot to add for you. Now, let's go to pomegranate. I think that's my last ingredient. Then I will wind up in a short while. And pomegranate is rated as the #1 antioxidant in the world. One the size of my fist. I found it in Naivas going for 1,500. And pomegranate grows very well in dry areas, very warm areas like Ukambani, where I come from. But guess what we do? And you can hear how much one is in the supermarket. They range from 500 to thousands of shillings. Imagine us in Ukambani, we give them to the cows and chicken. And yet, this is rated as the #1 fruit in the world where antioxidants are concerned. They are very, very good for prostate and breast cancer. Amazing. Very good for libido issues. Libido must be one of, I want to rate it as one of the diseases that is happening, that is here in Kenya. Because we eat so poorly. Our men don't like eating vegetables, so you don't see them eating lots of greens. Greens are very rich in zinc. Zinc is very good for healing and very, very good for, the reproductive organs, and men need it. But we are not eating well. We are eating a lot of processed food. And so you find that people are having issues to deal with libido issues, erectile dysfunction, and they're not even diabetic. The diabetic patient, some conditions can lead to, erectile dysfunction. And we tell those ones with such an, issue, you're diabetic and that issue is bothering you. If you take our product, because of the pomegranate, that erectile dysfunction issue will sort itself out within a month. If you're eating poorly, you don't have anything that is disturbing you, but there you are with erectile dysfunction because of our poor eating habits. We're not exercising well, all the things that come with a modern lifestyle. If you take our product together with another one called AgMex, that issue will sort itself out within a week. And you'll bear me, you'll agree with me that because we are eating poorly, this thing is affecting our young people. Our research has been done here in Kenya, and it has shown in the pharmacies, the people who buy Viagra so that they can sort out that issue, you'd think it's a very old people, but it's actually our 30-year-olds and below. And it's a worrying trend, because if our 30-year-old is having issues with erectile, is having erectile dysfunction, then what does that say about the future of our country, of our people? And why are they having those issues? Because that's the kind of food they eat. Our young, when they get married, even when they are younger, they're in college and all, our young men and women, they just want to live on the processed food. A lot of processed foods, the Nando's, the KFCs, and they continue in their marriages like that. And yes, this is a big issue that is affecting marriages. So let's encourage them to eat well and come and take our product. It will sort out that issue. Now, also very good in lowering blood pressure. Let me just highlight this a little bit. Very good for, as I said, fighting bacteria infections, fungal infections. Amazing when you're doing exercises. It really helps you a lot. And yeah, those are some of the benefits of the pomegranate. Now, I said I'll add a little bit about the olive. One thing I forgot to say is that it's very good. It's an antiplatelet. It's very good for keeping your blood it helps your blood not become thick, you know, which can lead to clots. It's very good for fungal infections. Women, sometimes we tend to get bacteria, you know, fungal infections, candidiasis and the like, and we go to hospital and we are being given things to insert in us, and you're not getting relief because we are affected so easily, even by antibiotics. They will affect you, you know, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria levels, you know, balance, and you find yourself with all these discharges that you don't know what to do about. You've done all manner of things and you're not getting rid of them. The Hytolive, the presence of Hytolive in our product is going to help you with that. You know, it's also very good for women, you know, for the uterus, this Hytolive. So together, what is all this? Our product put together, it looks like that, that's a sachet. But those 8 ingredients that I was talking about are mixed together and they are packed in a sachet like that one you're seeing there. I'll show you physically once I'm out of this slide. They are packed in a sachet like that. And they are also put in a box. One packet, one box has 14 such like sachets, and each sachet has 8 ingredients. All those 8 ingredients I talked about. So how do you take it? And I'll show you as I finish. I'll show you physically how it looks like. How do you take this product of ours? You take it sublingually. What does that mean? You put it under your tongue. You pour the contents. It's in a powder form, and the amount of the what is in the sachet is about a teaspoon, and it's packed according to your daily requirements, which is 3,000 milligrams that you need of fruits and vegetables. That is what is contained in that sachet. So we want you to pour the contents under your tongue, and you put it first thing in the morning. It's always better to start it out in the morning if possible. So we want it to be, you know, to dissolve under the tongue. Under the tongue, there are your salivary glands, which are, another name is the sublingual glands. So we want it to be dissolve under those salivary glands, because it is formulated for the cell. Remember, we have realized that when you're sick, when you have a condition, it is a cell that is being affected. So can we give the cell what it needs so that the cell can do what it does naturally, what God meant it to do? So when you pour those contents, first thing in the morning, you wake up, you sit up. Please don't take our product while lying down. Sit up and try and be still as you can. Pour the contents under the tongue and close your mouth. Please don't try to talk. Don't make a lot of movements. Don't keep looking down. Don't, you know, as women, we are not able to sit still because the way our brain is wired, we can do so many things at the same time, you know. For this particular time, please just sit still. I'm trying to help you not to stimulate too much saliva to come into your mouth. If you make a lot of movements, then your mouth will be filled with saliva and you'll be forced to swallow the product. And I don't want you to swallow the product, because if you swallow it, a lot of it will go to waste because you don't know whether your issue is in the digestive system. So we want your body to receive as much of the product as possible. So, and our product works best when it dissolves under the tongue, because it is formulated for the cell, and you will see results. Even one sachet will give you a result. So please sit still, let it dissolve under the tongue. Within 20-30 minutes, it will have dissolved. Just be patient. And once it dissolves, now you can move around, you can do what you want to do, you can talk. How will you know it has dissolved? You will feel, you know, when you put it under the tongue, it is sweet. It is sweet because of the natural sugar that is found in it, in the fruits and vegetables. So you're going to taste sweetness. But as it dissolves, the sweetness will keep going away. And within some time, you will realize that your saliva is tasting as usual. At that point, you can swallow the saliva that you may still have, and then you're able to move around and do what you want to do. would like you to give yourself a few, about another 10 minutes and take a glass of water. It helps to activate your digestive system. Remember, we said water is life. And then give yourself another 20 minutes, and now you can take your breakfast. The dosage for taking our product is 1 to 2 sachets a day. The 2 sachets, maybe you're struggling with a certain condition and there's the need to take 2. Then the second one, you take it after lunch, before, let's say just before dinner probably, and take it the same way as you've taken in the morning. Now, you've taken your breakfast. Please, if you're on medication, please do not stop your medication. Take your medication. I have only talked about food. I am not a doctor. I cannot tell you to stop taking your medication. Let the doctor be the one to reduce your dosage as he sees you improving. So do not reduce your dosage of medication or stop taking your medication, please. Continue with your medication as you take our product. And with time, there's going to be improvement. And as you continue going for your checkups, the doctor will see that you're improving, and he will be, or she will be, the one who will reduce your medication. I hope we are clear there. Now, who can take our product? Anyone can take our product, because remember, I'm talking about food. From a child, even a 0-age child can take our product. You just put a little on your finger and just put on the tongue in case they have an issue. All the way to even a lactating mother, a pregnant woman, anyone going through chemo, dialysis, whatever, cancer, anything, any condition. Remember, I'm talking about food, and food is for everyone, as long as it's in the right, right requirements. So anyone can take, whatever age group. Children below 12 years, please give them half a sachet. This product gives you a lot of energy. You are alert. You feel energized. And so we don't want our children to go haywire with too much energy. So just give them half a sachet. Below 6 years, give them a third of a sachet, and you will see amazing results. So anyone can take our product. So in short, our product is an antioxidant and an antioxidant. It will raise your immunity, flush out toxins, will take care of your pain. So how can you get the product? Please, let's mute ourselves. We have a few testimonies. You'll see them there from Malaysia, but we have lots from our country. So how do you get this product? This product retails at, if you were to buy a box of Ag Cera, please, let's mute ourselves, please. I'm about to finish. If you were to get a box of Ag Cera, someone will selling it to you because you don't have an account, it retails at 7,500. But the company comes and says, instead of buying a box of 14 sachets at 7,500, why don't you come in and open an account to the company and pay 10,350. You can see under the sticker there written basic. That's a package called basic. If you pay 10,350, you're going to get 2 boxes of Ag Cera. So 2 boxes, and each box will have 14 sachets. So those are 28 sachets. And so that means you'll have gotten a box at about 5,175, and you will have an account. And that account will ensure that you can get the product at a member's price. So the 10,350 will give you 2 boxes of Ag Cera with 14 sachets each, and it will give you an account for that price instead of buying 1 box at 7,500. You can come in with that, or you can come in with the next package, which is called a premium. It goes for 41,400. It has 8 boxes. Each of them is 51.75. Who may take that one? When you take our 2 boxes of Ag Cera, you're going to feel very good. Even before 1 box is over, you'll be feeling like your condition is sorted out. But for a condition to be sorted out, the company recommends that you take the product for 4 to 6 months, at least a sachet or 2 a day. So 2 boxes are not going to be enough, in as much as you're going to be feeling very, very okay. You remember your cells. We are talking about food. Food, works. It will work, but it doesn't work like medication. Medication will come and take care of the symptoms and manage your disease, but you'll still have the disease. But for food to completely free you from some of those conditions, you need to take it for a longer time. So you may need to, you may choose to come and buy the 41,400 and get your own 8 boxes so that they can cover you for the 4 months or so. Or you could come in with the elite package. You pay 124,200. You get 24 boxes. 24 boxes. And when you get 24 boxes, maybe your family members need maybe you have people in your family who need the product, who need the boxes, and so 24 is what you need. Now, remember that you can come in with any of these packages. The elite is, of course, the best because you have, enough boxes for you and your family. In case you meet someone who wants a box, you're able to give, either to sell to them or help them, have an account, and you can actually give them your own boxes and go and claim, theirs from the office. So that is a very good package for even the business people. If that is not possible, then come in with a premium package. It will give you 8 boxes. Or if still that is not possible, still you can come in with the basic package and you have your 2 boxes. But either of the packages, once you come on with them, the next time you want to buy a packet, you're going to buy it at 41.40. At this point, let me stop sharing so that I can show you the packet, how it looks like. This is how the package looks like. A box of Ag Cera, it looks like that. And this is the sachet. And we are saying that, in short, this is an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. It contains vitamins that will sort out all your issues, including even thyroid issues. Because I know there are some people here, maybe they have thyroid issues and they're wondering what can they do about it. And thyroid causes many, many, many other problems. You take our product, your hormones will balance out, all the hormones. Because what is it doing? These are vitamins. They're going to raise your immunity. And once your immunity is raised and your toxins are being flushed out, then you're going to find that your cells will start repairing themselves, restoring themselves, rejuvenating, replicating, and replacing themselves. Because we're eating so poorly, we are carrying tired cells and dying cells. So I urge you, please come in and free yourself from all these conditions. So this is what I had for you today. I'll just show you very quickly other products that we have. We have Ag Brock. It's an immunity enhancer. Very, very good, works very well with the Ag Cera and a very good detox. We have Ag Rosy for women. It works mostly with women. Of course, the men can still take it, but for the women, there are amazing benefits. We also have for men called Ag Mex. I'm sorry, I don't have the box now, but I'll get it. And then we have Ag Fibery, very, very good for your digestive system. Those people who don't go to the loo, although Ag Cera is going to help you to some extent, this will really sort out your issues of not going to the toilet and all that. It will, reset your clock well. So I want to thank you for making time and coming and joining me for this session. I'll urge you, please, to go back to the person who invited you. They will show you the way forward, how you can get this product, and they'll guide you on everything, where you can get the product, how to make your payments, and to show you what else you can do. Make your orders. And if you want to learn about the business, we also have another forum for that. You will be guided. We also have physical meetings, and that will also help you a lot. Now, tomorrow being Wednesday, we will be having a training on the other products. We have other products, as I've shown you, and we come and talk a little bit about the other products. We share testimonies, so you're very welcome to join us tomorrow and learn a lot from that. So I'm sorry I've overrun a little bit, but I needed to give you that information. And if all is well, I think we can call it a night so that we can get on with other things. So thank you for making the time. God bless you and good night. And unless there's a question, maybe I can give room for a question or two or a concern, we can call it a night. So thank you and God bless you. Is there any question or a little bit of a clarification, although we have time for that tomorrow? So maybe we can hold on until tomorrow. So good night and God bless you. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.